And by automated, I mean digitizing the process, often taking it out of human hands and into the hands of perhaps artificial intelligence for follow-up, scheduling, and management of a task. Hello, property management brainstormers. It's Bob Preston here, your host, and welcome to 5 Minute Friday. FMF is a mini podcast series where I offer my best tips and advice regarding questions I frequently get from property managers, real estate investors, and landlords. I do this every Friday in 5 minutes or less. So if you're new here, consider subscribing to get all my quick advice and updates, and let's get started with today's FMF. Happy Friday, everyone. I am going to pose a hypothetical question today. I like to do this every now and then, and this is to get us to ponder what might be the right approach for our respective companies. There are a lot of technology companies that are coming into our property management space offering solutions based on automation and artificial intelligence. Tasks in your property management workflow can be automated. And by automated, I mean digitizing the process, often taking it out of human hands and into the hands of perhaps artificial intelligence for follow-up, scheduling, and management of a task. A simple example of this would be the automated greeting or auto attendant many of us have on our telephone systems. I think this is readily accepted today. Recording greets the caller, you make a selection, and you get connected to the right person. Now look, we all want to make our property management companies streamlined, more efficient, and reduce expenses, right? Lost time, inefficient process, and missed deadlines can hurt the client experience and your bottom line. But at what point might we be overengineering what could be considered the relationship aspects of property management that involve human touch? Might we be putting ourselves at risk of losing that human element? For listeners who know my background, before I started my company, North County Property Group, I worked as a CMO in a technology company in Silicon Valley. In our marketing think tank, I guess as a team, that's what we used to call it, we would spend a lot of time talking about what we called the out-of-box experience. In a nutshell, out-of-box experience was the consumer experience when they opened the box and installed the device, whatever that technology device might happen to be, a computer, printer, software, whatever. A bad out-of-box experience likely led to product returns, maybe bad reviews, technical support calls, whatever. You kind of get the picture here. So as property managers, are our services keeping the customer experience at top of mind? And does automation improve that customer experience, or might it put us out of touch with that out-of-box experience as it relates to property management? So let's take maintenance as an example. Consider this. If your tenant can submit requests automatically using calls, text, chat, your website, whatever, or using the current resident portal, then AI could kick in, a digital maintenance coordinator, so to speak, who understands how to handle all these requests through artificial intelligence. Digital responses are sent back, trying to fix a problem, maybe doing some triage before a ticket is even submitted. And if it can't be resolved through this automated exchange, then the digital maintenance coordinator would forward all the necessary information about the problem to perhaps a predefined maintenance technician. The tenant picks their availabilities for a service call, and the vendor schedules with the tenant. All this is done digitally, so to speak. I mean, this is the theory, right? These types of processes could be applied to leasing, to chatbots on your website, and in many other examples where work gets done in your property management workflows on a daily basis. Now, this all sounds great, provided it works correctly and goes smoothly for all parties. I suppose human error is eliminated in these types of things, but are you really ready for this? Or is property management still an industry requiring some degree of human element and relationship management? In a previous 5 Minute Friday, I spoke about a paradigm shift that is coming in our industry. I really still believe this after we emerged from the pandemic. And there are some other touchless aspects that are coming out of the COVID pandemic that are likely here to stay. Self-showings, for example, electronic signing of lease agreements, online rent payments, and self-move-ins, just to name a few. But how much is too much? I don't have the answer, and it's up to you to implement what you think is right for your portfolio and level of tech savviness. If these topics occupy your mind and create some amount of angst in what you do at your company, well, at least you know you're not alone. There are other people thinking about this kind of stuff too. Other property managers are pondering these same aspects. And here's the thing, it's Friday, and you have the entire weekend to think about it. So give it some thought, TGIF, and thank you for joining this week's 5 Minute Friday. We'll catch you next time.